Hello everyone and welcome to my EastEnders Soap Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. A dark extortion scheme for Lynda Carter has been revealed by EastEnders as the murder trial of Dean Wicks draws near. In an attempt to deal with her remorse about killing Keanu Taylor on Christmas Day, Lynda has taken to drinking heavily once more. Dean was charged with Keanu's murder after she made a false statement. However, he entered a not guilty plea at the court last week, so a trial is scheduled for September. Though people like Sharon and Johnny have reassured her, Lynda is still concerned that she will have to take the stand and that the case will collapse at trial. In scenes that will run next week, Lynda's situation becomes much more complicated when she is approached by Fraser, a contact of Dean's who offers her an intriguing deal, the specifics of which are being withheld for the time being. Elaine intervenes and requests that Fraser go, but it is obvious that his offer has struck a chord because Lynda is inclined to accept it. Before a conflicted Lynda takes another crack at the bottle, Johnny makes a valiant attempt to talk her out of the notion, believing that it is a mistake. The following morning, she is hungover and has forgotten about Annie's dentist appointment. Elaine is worried about her daughter. When Elaine offers to drive Annie to her appointment, Lynda becomes protective about her parenting, but she's horrified to learn that her child's dental treatment has recently declined. A blackmail letter written to Lynda is discovered later in the week, which is a startling discovery for Lynda, who had asked Jack for counsel on the impending trial. Before Johnny subsequently tells Denise and Sharon about a recent development, she and Johnny attempt to determine who could have mailed the letter. When Lynda receives a second letter when she gets home, the fresh blackmail scheme pushes her over the edge. She is already having trouble. She becomes uncontrollable and starts a commotion in the Vic, blaming other people of being the blackmailer. Johnny comforts his mother upstairs and calms her down while they decide what to do next. However, they are unaware that Dean is currently receiving visits from the enigmatic blackmailer in jail, who is extorting money from Lynda and why. Star of EastEnders Kellie Bright has hinted at Lynda Carter's self-destruction in the context of her blackmail scheme. An unknown someone is about to blackmail Lynda in the run-up to Dean Wicks's murder trial. Speaking candidly about the trial and Lynda's guilt for making a false statement that resulted in Dean charging her with Keanu Taylor's murder, Kellie said that the idea of lying to Dean has 100% overcome her character. She said, "I think Lynda today is very unsure of herself, and the woman that walked into that police station and gave that false witness statement a few months ago has receded into the background. She's afraid she won't remember what she said or what to say because, clearly, it was all falsehoods. The fact that you have to appear in court before a judge and jury and provide testimony is beginning to sink in. She finds it unsettling." Given that Lynda was actually the cause of Keanu's death, Kellie observed that Lynda does feel it rests on her shoulders and feels this enormous responsibility. In the additional sequences, Lynda considers many different scenarios in her head after receiving a contract offer from Fraser, a friend of Dean's. She definitely doesn't trust Dean, which is why she won't even consider it at first. The celebrity said she wants to believe it's true, but she is hesitant to give him anything because what he is offering is a huge thing for Lynda. "Oh my God, this is it. Someone has found me out. My life is over," Kellie elaborates, adding that Lynda feels sick upon receiving a blackmail letter. The actor teases Lynda, saying, "There's a suspicion that it could be to do with Dean," but that quickly almost refutes her thinking. Lynda is unaware of the sender. As things go worse for Lynda, Kellie acknowledges that there will be a lot of uncertainty, fear, and self-destruction in the future. Since she was talked into lying about seeing Dean Wicks take a body under a tarpaulin into the abandoned diner at Christmas, Lynda Carter has been everywhere. It appeared that Linda had lost the battle when Keanu Taylor's body was discovered buried beneath the cafe's concrete. Keanu had stabbed Linda with a meat thermometer as she was strangling his wife, Sharon Watts. In an attempt to avoid going to jail, Linda, Sharon, and the other 4 ladies who were there when the crime was committed attempted to cover it up. They seized the chance to frame rapist Dean Wicks for the murder, but Linda's fictitious statement to the police remains the key piece of evidence in the case. Things appear very bleak because Linda, an alcoholic, is now drinking heavily, but something occurs that could completely alter the course of events. Linda discovers something awful at the Queen Vic as she is bottling up. What might that be? After Cindy Beale sneaked off for a day of passion with her secret boyfriend Junior Knight, she left Bobby Beale in charge of the pie shop Beale's Eels. Bobby, who has never managed the establishment before, is having trouble, and even with the support of his girlfriend, Anna Knight, a bartender, things are rapidly devolving into mayhem. Will Cindy have to step in and help? Nish Panesar is truly a piece of work because he doesn't feel guilty about manipulating his grandchildren. He uses his granddaughter Avani Nandrahart's assistance to find a former partner Suki Panesar's face so he can cause mischief, and then he goes to Avani's brother Nugget Galati to carry out his deceit. Since Nish's diagnosis of a terminal illness, Nugget has always had a special place in his heart for his grandfather, and Nish is aware of this. Nish tells his grandson that his greatest dream is to have Suki by his side when he passes away, when Nugget comes to him for a heart-to-heart conversation. In addition, Freddie Slater tries to persuade Teddy Mitchell, Stevie's kid, to let him know where his father is because he knows his grandmother Mo Harris is missing Stevie Mitchell. 2 new characters are coming to Albert Square, so expect new obstacles in next week's EastEnders episodes. When a contact of Dean Wicks, Matt D'Angelo, shows up at the Queen Vic with a proposition, Linda Carter, Kellie Bright, is shocked. As fans of the BBC One soap opera will remember, Dean is incarcerated pending trial for the murder of Danny Walters' character, Keanu Taylor. After Linda told the authorities she had seen Dean at the crime site on Christmas Day 2023, he was unexpectedly arrested. Greg Esplin's portrayal of Fraser is confronted by a vulnerable Linda. Elaine Peacock, played by Harriet Thorpe, intervenes and demands that Fraser leave the tavern. But when Linda is by herself with her son Johnny, Charlie Suff, it's clear that she's thinking about taking Dean up on his offer. Johnny tries so hard to persuade his mother not to drink, but Linda gives in to alcohol once more. Elaine is concerned when Linda wakes up at the Vic the next day, still suffering from a hangover, and discovers she missed Annie's dentist appointment. Linda refuses to accept Elaine's offer to take Annie to the dentist, but she later becomes appalled when the dentist discloses that Annie's oral health has been neglected. Linda goes to Jack Branning, played by Scott Massillon, for guidance. But while bottling up later in the week, Linda makes an unexpected discovery. After receiving a letter threatening blackmail, the tavern landlady is left worried, so she and Johnny investigate the possibility of who sent it. After Johnny phones Sharon Watts, Letitia Dean, and Denise Fox, Diane Parrish, to reveal the information, Linda goes home to discover a new letter. She starts pointing fingers at individuals at the Vic, losing her composure and making a scene. While Johnny consoles her upstairs, Dean receives a visit from the person who left the letters without their knowledge. However, who might it be? In another scene on the square, Michelle Collins' character Cindy Beale is disappointed to learn that Junior Knight, her love interest, is busy at work. She chooses to make him envious by agreeing to share a harmless drink at the Vic with Harry Mitchell, Elijah Holloway. Subsequently, Junior heads to number 45, where they share a bed behind Ian Beale's, Adam Woodyard, back. Cindy and Junior arrange for another covert meeting at number 45, but they'll probably be derailed when Thomas Law's character, Peter Beale, has a meeting and is unable to manage Beale's eels. Then, in an attempt to help, she elevates Bobby, Clay Milner Russell, to manager, but it quickly becomes apparent that Bobby is unfit for the position. Cindy and Junior rip each other's clothes off back at number 45. Bobby keeps trying to show off his managerial prowess at Beals Eels later in the week, but he starts to get suspicious when Cindy leaves work early due to a migraine. Will he manage to catch Junior and Cindy in the act? In another scene, Suki, Balvinder Sopal, and Vinny Panesar, Shiv Jalota, talk about their plans to kill Nish, Navin Chowdhury, over lunch at Walford East. However, Nish interrupts the mother-son pair when she arrives with Aisha, the widow of Hardeep, whom Nish killed 20 years prior. Eve decides to ask Suki to marry him in front of Aisha, Stacy, and the Panesars at the Vic after running into Nish at the cafe. In a poignant conversation with his grandson Nugget, Jaheim Rasool Chowdhury. However, terminally sick Nish confesses that his one and only wish is to die with Suki at his side. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.